it's Jessie here from the Primary Digital Classroom, and I'm giving some practical tips, practical advice to be able to engage young learners in virtual learning, or to be able to utilize digital tools to really engage young learners. And so today I'm focusing on how to create presentations in Canva. And so Canva is an excellent tool to be able to make really engaging presentations. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So first you're going to do is you're going to click the presentation. And then you're going to have a blank screen. And so what you're able to do is the presentation, you can even end up downloading it and putting it into Google Slides if you want. But this is really where you want to stay to be able to make your presentations. And so for this presentation, I'm making a lesson about looking lion. Looking lion, what do you see? So a reading strategy. And so I'm starting from scratch. So if I am making a presentation, the first thing I'm going to need is a background, especially kind of an introduction background. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in elements and I'm going to look in photos to be able to have a background. And since I'm doing looking lion, I might even do a savanna background. And so I can plug that in. I think that one looks a little bit cooler. And then I usually make it the whole page because I think that's a lot more exciting. And so you can make it the whole page. Come down to elements. And then I usually do welcome to class. And to make the text box, all I do is I actually click the T. If you just go to the presentation and you click T, then it's going to make a text box for you. So welcome to class. And then I usually put the materials that they're going to need for the class here as well. And so they're going to need a pencil. So I type in pencil and put that in there. They're going to need paper. I'm going to look and see which paper I can do. There we go. They're also going to need crayons. And so we'll insert some crayons in there. And then we're ready to go. Now I could also have students. Maybe I want them to feel like they're a part of the classroom. And so you can look for different students to be able to input into here. For this, maybe I'll just go with that for now. Like, hey, we're going on a safari, super cool. And then you're going to go to your next page. So my next page, I usually do some type of rules or expectations. And so I'm actually going to find a classroom. The photos are going to be real photos. The elements are going to be more cartoon characters. And so there's a picture of a classroom, yay. And then maybe I want to do a chalkboard. And then the chalkboard is where I can put the expectations on it, maybe even an easel. So I'm going to go down to elements now. I want to make it more primary friendly. And so let's see. This one is perfect. So I'll make that nice and big. And then what I'll do is I'll come up here and I'll make it a little bit transparent so they can still see that there's a classroom in the background. And then I'm going to come here, I'm going to click that T button again. And then we're going to listen to others. And raise our hands to speak. Those are my two main things in my classroom. Now, I want to put an ear here for listen, because again, we're dealing with younger learners. So listen to others. We want to have a visual. And then raise your hand to speak. Now this is kind of cool. If you put in sticker, then it's actually going to give you movable pieces. And so I can actually put this one in here, so it's actually moving. So I'm really trying to put something movable in every single slide. So now we are diving into it. So for this one, I'm going to go to videos and I'm going to put in a lion. There we go. And again, you can make it really big. And so if we were to break this down and present this right now, this is what it would look like. This is the screen that they would get first. And then we're going to listen to others, raise our hands to speak. Oh, what is that? It's a lion. Let me see your lions roar. And then they get really excited. What I love about it is that it takes up the whole screen. You don't have to sit there and click a play button. And so we're focusing on looking lion. And so now what I want to try to do is maybe even try to find a savanna in the background. Because again, it's not too overwhelming. But something's moving in it. And that's what I really like about it, is that something's in there. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Ah, okay. We're not talking about cheetahs. Okay, so we're going to stick with this one for now. Again, something in it is moving. And then I'm going to be inserting square box. For this. And sometimes, let's see. Like some of the square boxes, like this one isn't letting me drag it out. But most of them will let you drag it out at some point. So, okay, cool. And then I'm going to switch my color. I'm going to make it green. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to find a lion. And then in here is where I'm actually going to type in my Looking Lion song. For time's sake, I won't do that right now, but that's going to be where my Looking Lion song is going to be. And then in this class, what we're doing is we're learning about the reading strategy Looking Lion and practicing it. And then we're learning about facts about lions too. So we're kind of integrating those skills. And so, sorry. Yay. Okay. So I have this picture here. Of course, that's a giraffe. So let's see. Let's use this one. All right. So I have my Safari now. And then on this page, what I'm going to do is we're going to practice the skill. So see, this one moves out. So looking lion, what do you see? I'm going to make this brown. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make it transparent. Press that T button. And then I'm going to think about a sentence. And so it might be the kangaroo hops. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make one word that's kind of hard that they wouldn't know it unless they looked at the picture more than likely. And so I have the kangaroo hopped. Now, if you come up here, this is going to duplicate the page for you. And so this is really helpful. So I'm going to duplicate the page and now I'm going to add the picture. So I'm going to look up a kangaroo and put it in there. So now when the presentation is being shown, we're going to look at the sentence and we're going to say, the hops. I don't know that word. Let's use looking lion. The kangaroo hops. For them to get more engaged with that. Now is the fun part. So now we're going to find some binoculars. and we're going to learn some fun facts about lions. So I'm going to come to video, binoculars, because I want them to be like they're looking for something to engage them a little bit more. And so here's our binoculars. Like, oh, what do you see? Do you see something? Then it's going to come to this slide, and we're going to do an interesting fact about lions. And I'm going to insert a video about lions too, or a lion video. And so we'll do this one. Now I've already looked up my interesting facts. And so I'm going to insert the text here. And so one of the facts that I want them to know is that the female lions are the main hunters. And so I'm going to put that in there. I always try to put the information in the slide, just in case, or if I let somebody else use the lesson too, then they kind of know what's happening. So again, if we come back up here, we're saying, oh, what do you see? It's looking lion. We're practicing a looking lion song. And again, see how that's moving? It's just enough to capture their attention still. The kangaroo hops, and then they see the kangaroo. Then, all right, let's get out our binoculars. What do we see? Oh, we see a female lion. Do you guys know that female lions are the main hunters? And so again, kind of drawing them in a little bit more. And so we can use videos. I love that I can make the videos small, if that works better for a slide, or I can make them full screen, if that works better for a slide too. And then I would keep doing that. And at the very end, I would have a reflection slide where we're kind of reflecting about our learning. And so let's say I want a classroom again, if we're going to be thinking about what we learned. And so I can make that really big, cover the whole thing. And then I can look up a person thinking. Again, this is what takes the longest amount of time, is actually sitting there, looking through the photos, thinking about, okay, which one do I want? And more than likely, I'm going to come and change these photos quite a few times. So we can use this one here. I try to be conscious of making sure that I'm using, or I'm being conscious of diversity too. And so not all of my characters are white characters in my presentation. And so trying to diversify that, because I want every kid to see themselves in the presentation while we're doing it. So, and then a thinking bubble. You can use any of these. If you need to kind of move that, you can move that. And so, okay, I want you to take some time and reflect. What did you learn during our class today? Make sure that we're raising our hand to speak. And then that's the presentation. Again, usually for like a 25-minute class, I have probably 50 slides, because I go through the slides pretty quickly. You know, if you have all of your materials, give me a thumbs up. Raise your hand to speak. Like, we're going through all of these in less than a minute usually. And so you do need quite a few slides to be able to have a complete lesson. But this is a little introduction to Canva presentations. My next video is going to be about worksheets. And so what I'm usually doing while I'm making these presentations is on my other monitor or in another tab, I'm making a worksheet that goes along with what they're learning about. Just another way to reinforce what we're learning. So I hope this is helpful. Make sure you click the subscribe button, you click the like button, and always send me an email if you have any questions. All right, bye.